In this video lecture, I'm going to teach you about functions in C programming language. Alright, so let's go ahead and learn one important thing in C programming language, and that is functions. So you're going to learn how to create a function, how to declare a function, and how to call a function. So while creating a function in C, you have to give a definition of what the function has to do. Maybe to use a function, you have to call the function to perform a specific task. So when a program calls a function, the program control is transferred to the called function at that specific point in time. Let's go ahead and create a simple program that is going to help us to print out the maximum of two numbers. Alright, so let's go ahead and start by declaring this function. So we're going to declare that above the main function, okay? So I'm going to say int max. We have a function called max embedded in C already. So int max, and this takes argument two parameters, and I'm going to give that to be, let's say, num. Let's call that num1 and num2. So we gave these two parameters, num1 and num2, so we have to declare that first. And after then, let's go ahead and create the main function itself that's going to return the maximum between these two numbers. So remember, I'm bringing this above the main function, okay? So I'm going to create a variable right inside here, and I'm going to call that int output, and put a semicolon right there. So when you do that, you now give a condition if, using an if statement. So if num1 is greater than num2. So if num1 is greater than num2, what it means is that the output is equal to num1. That means num1 is the greatest or the highest or the maximum. Well, anyone, because I'm looking for the maximum of these two numbers. Else, what it means is that the output is going to be equal to num2, because if num1 is not greater than num2, that means num2 must be greater than num1. Alright, so once you do that, you go ahead and return the output. So return output and put a semicolon at the end. So the next thing that we need now is we have to come inside here and call this function inside the main function. So we have the main function right here. So you go ahead and create these values that you want to check the maximum of them. So int x is equal to 50 for a semicolon, and int y is equal to 70 for a semicolon. And let's create something let's call that to be int out, and put a semicolon right there. So now we have to call the function to get the maximum value, and if for you to call the function, you say out is equal to max, and you pass in the value of x and y inside here. So x and y will be passed inside here. Alright, so now you go ahead and print out the result. So I'm going to say printf the maximum number is %t. So the maximum number is %t. And let's go. This go over to the next line. and place comma there and put in out right here. So remember, the out is holding the value of X and Y. So the maximum, the out, we check which of X and Y has the maximum value. So anyone that has the maximum value, we printed out 50 or 70. Now, that is all. So we've created this function right here and went ahead and called in this function here. Now, let's go ahead and run this code and check it out. So the maximum value or the maximum number is 70. You see that? The maximum number is 70. It's printed out. Let's change the maximum number of these to be 500. So let's make X, put one more zero, additional zero there. And let's run this code and check it out to make sure it's functioning well. So the maximum number is 500. You see that? The maximum number is 500. Now, the code is just very before you. We've learned, first of all, how to create, declare a variable, and create your main creator function. And this function is called in right inside the main function. Okay? Remember that this is a main function, and you go ahead and return your output. So, we can create a function outside here. You can create this function right inside the main program as well. But in this case, you've learned how to create a function outside the main program or outside the main function, and you come back and call the function right inside here again. So go ahead and pull it down, and as we move on into this course, we'll learn different ways of creating functions again. And if you have any question under this video lecture, please use the question and the answer section, and I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in the next video lecture.